After some extended delays, SpaceX finally launched their latest Starship prototype, serial number 15, for a 10-kilometer flight test. This was the fifth high altitude flight of a Starship, and what made this special was that SN15 is an upgraded Starship with hundreds of improvements in its design, avionics, software, and even the Raptor engines. So, by now, many of you might be familiar with the very unconventional flight profile that these Starship prototypes follow during the high altitude flights. And naturally, similar to all the previous flights, SN15 too began its gradual ascent using all its three Raptor engines. However, unfortunately, SN15 launched in a dense fog, and during the entire flight, the live feed was quite unstable. On its way to the apogee of 10 kilometers, the prototype gradually shut down one Raptor engine every 90 seconds or so. However, because of the cloudy conditions, there were no visual confirmations of the event. But based on the telemetry that SpaceX's team received, the flight was going as per plan. Once SN15 reached its targeted altitude, the only Raptor engine that was powering the rocket by then was shut down and the prototype performed the belly flop maneuver. This is where SN15 went horizontal for the descent phase and transferred its control to the four aerodynamic flaps. Starship SN15 continued its controlled descent as it prepared for the final phase of the flight, the landing burn. And as discussed in one of the previous videos, SN15 was going to relight all its three Raptor engines for the flip maneuver and then shift to two engines all the way to touchdown. Even though only a single Raptor is required, using two engines would provide SN15 the much needed redundancy, where even if one of the two Raptor engines has a lower thrust output, it can be easily compensated with the other engine. This would make sure that the touchdown velocity remains low so that the landing legs can withstand the momentum of the Starship. And SN15 performed the landing burn just as expected, using three Raptors to flip itself vertical and then shifting to two engines all the way to touchdown. The upgraded Raptor engine did perform exceptionally well throughout the flight, and it does seem that SpaceX engineers have solved the problems that the engine faced during the previous flight tests. However, there were some concerns as SN15 caught a small fire right after touchdown. A similar fire was seen after Starship SN10 landed, and we all know what happened next. Fortunately, the fire didn't last long, thanks to this guy on the landing pad. Anyways, SpaceX have finally managed to soft land a full-scale Starship prototype after a complex high-altitude flight test. Now this raises a new question. What's next for the Starship program after the success of SN15? Well, to be honest, just like the weather conditions during the flight, it is quite foggy. But there are certain possibilities that we can discuss here. Just like all the previous flights, the next prototype in line, Starship SN16, is already fully stacked and it will be rolled out to the launch pad within a week or two. Well, you might be wondering how on earth the SpaceX managed to build these Starship prototypes at such a rapid pace. Well, I've already made a video on this exact topic. Do give it a look after this one. Getting back to our question, it is quite possible that SpaceX will attempt a similar 10-kilometer flight test with Starship SN16. We have seen this in the past. SpaceX attempted a similar 150-meter hop test with both Starship SN5 and SN6. Even though both the flight looks similar, the launch campaign for SN6 was way smoother compared to SN5. So it is quite possible that SpaceX engineers would like to fine-tune some aspects of Starship before moving ahead. So if Starship SN16 performs as per plan, it is quite obvious that SpaceX will attempt higher altitude flights with future prototypes. Starship SN17 is almost complete, and it looks like part for SN18 and 19 have been scrapped, just like SN12, 13 and 14. It looks like after SN17's flight test, SpaceX might directly jump to SN20 for the orbital flight. However, an integral part of Starship rocket is the Super Heavy booster. Super Heavy BN1 was a pathfinder for SpaceX, and it was later scrapped. Parts for Super Heavy BN2, 2.1 and 3 have already been spotted at the Starbase facility. It is already known that Super Heavy BN2 will perform a 150-meter hop, but with the addition of BN 2.1, it seems that SpaceX might perform multiple hop tests for Super Heavy prototypes before BN3 finally lifts off for the orbital flight test in just a few months from now. So for the near future, the successful landing of SN15 does give SpaceX a green signal to go for higher altitudes and even orbit. At this rate of development, only a catastrophic failure can stop SpaceX from reaching orbit by the end of this year. Or in other words, the orbital flight test is a lot closer than it seems. That's all for this video. If you like the content, do consider subscribing the channel. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.